Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another first impressions foundation review, but with a little bit of twist. We are doing it on the world's smallest foundation. That's right, y'all heard me correctly. We are doing it on the world's smallest foundation. This is the Even Steven foundation from TheBALM Cosmetics. This comes with less than half of the product in a normal foundation, but claims to be ultra pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. So if you want to see if those claims are true and see my first impressions of wear test on the foundation, then sit back, relax, enjoy this video, and don't forget, like this video, subscribe below, and hit that notification bell. Okay, so before we hop into the full foundation routine, I'm just gonna read a little bit about the foundation from TheBALM's website. So looking on the website, this says, Even Steven, a whipped foundation that has 4 out of 5 stars with 312 reviews, so that's actually pretty good. This comes in 8 shades. Not great. So we'll just try to move on from that. 8 shades is not amazing, but let's read the description on this. So this says, a foundation with charm and staying power. We can't even. Our whipped foundation, which comes in 8 long-lasting shades, features a light, airy, souffle-like texture with a natural matte finish. And the ultra-pigmented formula means with Even Steven, a little goes a long way. So that's the big claim with this. It's super tiny, but supposedly it's ultra pigmented, and I'm gonna get a ton of coverage from just a teeny little bit of product. So I'm super excited. So now that we've learned a little bit about foundation, learned about the expectations, let's dive right into application. Okay, so diving right into Even Steven here. I have the shade light medium. So this is there's a shade lighter than light, and then light medium. So I'm the 3rd shade in out of 8. So let that be little indicator for you. But in the jar, this actually looks, I don't know if it's picking up in the monitor as much, actually looks kind of dark for me. But this is what I wore, I believe, when I used to wear the Balm, way back in the day. I wore light medium in their Balm Shelter. It's their tinted moisturizer. It is so good. I used to love that. I don't know why I didn't pick up another one. But I just grabbed the same shade in this because I thought, why not? But I'm gonna take a really tiny amount. So I'm just gonna take what's in the cap. I'm gonna take a dot, I don't know. A little's a little, but I don't want to be ridiculous. So I'm just gonna take this on my finger. I'm just gonna tap this on the side of my face. I've already primed with the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer. So we are gonna see how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty brush and we are gonna blend this out, y'all. Okay, so that blended out really easily. The color, I'm trying to see if it's picking up in the viewfinder the same way. The color's actually not bad. I'm actually kind of happy with the color. But, well, gosh, so as I first blended this out, it's not a full coverage right away. Absolutely not. I'd say it's a pretty medium. But I'm really impressed with how nice it looks on the skin. Let me try to come a little closer for you guys. See if you can see. It just looks super smooth right here. Huh. So, a little bit goes a long way if you don't need a ton of coverage, I guess. But I did use a teeny bit of product, and it covered, but it isn't a full shellac. This is no Huda Beauty Double Wear. This is not that level of coverage, but it is, it's really pretty. I just don't know if you can consider that full coverage. If it's not full coverage, then I guess, a little bit isn't going that far then, so is this really worth it? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm just gonna blend this on the rest of my face, maybe build it up in a couple places, see how much product I actually feel like I'm using, and then I'll be right back for a first impression. Okay, so I have one thin layer, all over my face, and I am genuinely perplexed by this foundation. So when I first put it on, I was like, no, I don't think so. And now that I've gotten it all over my face and I've let it set on the skin for 2 seconds, I don't know. I'm gonna come in closer and see what you guys think. I'm gonna just turn my face here. Is this not so pretty? What's happened for me is this is set on my skin for 2 seconds and it just looks like it's set without looking dry. It's got a very skin-like finish. And I'm kind of confused. I looked on the website because I was like, if this says full coverage, it is a goddamn liar. But it doesn't say full coverage. So it says natural matte finish, ultra pigmented formula, 8 long-lasting shades, but then in benefits, it says buildable. So, I mean, I'm confused by the claims. If they say it's a buildable product, then yes, I would say that is absolutely true. I built it just a little bit on the skin and it looks so beautiful. Still not full coverage, definitely like a high, medium coverage. I'm sure you could get this to full. And I really, in the grand scheme of other products, I really didn't use very much. I did not even reach into the foundation itself. I actually just took a little bit from the cap and I have so much left in the cap. So when they say a little bit goes a long way with Even Steven, so far I'm actually very impressed. But I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup, see how everything else plays on top, and then I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so I finished applying the rest of my makeup. I kept the eyes blank because I kind of want the skin to be the focus today. Throw a little bit of gel in my brows, so excuse me if they're a little messier than normal. But speaking for the foundation, this is looking so beautiful right now. I am so impressed. Had this on for about 30 minutes so far. Everything blended so easily over the top. It is looking gorgeous on the surface of my skin. Even though it's more of a matte finish, I don't feel like it's picking up on a ton of my texture. I put on a ton of highlight, so that's doing most of that work today. But the foundation itself, setting beautifully, not like clinging to any dry patches. It is just looking super, super even, super beautiful, and I'm really impressed so far. But I'm gonna wear this throughout the entire day, probably like anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, check in a couple times throughout the day, and then I will see you at the end of the night for my final thoughts. Okay, everybody, I'm here for my first natural light check-in. I've been wearing the foundation for about 2.5 hours so far, and I'm gonna come a little closer, give you a little side to side. It is looking so beautiful. I'm so, so happy and very impressed so far. No creasing, no bunching. It's not picking up on any dry patches. It's not patching away. Everything still looks beautiful on top of it. If anything, I like it better now than when I first put it on. So I'm super, super hopeful with all of this. I'm about to go for a walk, get a little bit of an exercise in. So we'll see if this holds up through maybe a little bit of sweat. So I will see you after my walk in a couple hours, and then I will see you at the end of the day for my final check-in. Okay, everybody, I just got back from my walk. I went about 5 miles, so I'm a little tired, got a little bit sweaty, but I've like cooled down a little bit. So peeking in, getting close up on the foundation. I'm using this as my viewfinder. It is looking so, so good still. Like when I'm walking, I naturally like a little bit, so I've got a teeny bit of creasing right here, but as a whole, it's looking beautiful, and that happens with like every foundation. So I'll probably try to touch that up with a little bit of powder, maybe like try to press it in with my Blendiful or something. But this is looking super, super good so far. We're about 4.5, 5 hours in, so I will see you all at the end of the night for my final thoughts. Okay, everybody, we are here. It is the end of the day. I've had this foundation on for about 8, 9 hours. And so looking at it, I like was trying to be really, really picky, checking my pores, how it looks, where my beard and my cheek makeup transition together. And this looks stunning. It still looks so, so good. I'm beyond impressed. When they say a little goes a long way, they were not joking. This literally covered my entire face with like no product, has managed to stay looking so beautiful. One of the claims is weightlessness, and let me tell you, that is completely true. I can barely feel this on my skin, and yet I'm still getting a gorgeous, gorgeous amount of coverage. Hasn't creased, hasn't gone cakey and weird around my pores and stuff. I'm just so, so happy. So if you can get your hands on the Even Steven foundation from TheBALM, definitely do. The shade range sucks. If you can find a shade for you, I highly, highly recommend. Plus the entire TheBALM website is still 50% off. But that brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, leave a comment, like this video, subscribe below, hit that notification bell, and thank y'all so much for watching. I love ya.